So, we are living in unprecedented times. And I mean this with as much energy as I could possibly muster. If you want to go out and make money off of the coins that's being produced by the US Mint, you could do that 100% easy. Now, usually I'll say it's not financial advice, but golly, I'm telling you right now, there's a 100% chance that you will double up anything that you grab from the bank today. Let's consider what's happening. The quality control is a dumpster fire, and I couldn't be any more happier about that. Now, there are certain things where the quality needs to be at its highest, right? A lot of the specialized coins coming from the mint should be high quality, right? The sets, the commemoratives, these special one off silver bullion pieces. Yeah, no doubt about it. I expect high quality because they're charging high prices, and those kind of need to be like, side by side. But I've noticed recently that there have been a number of people really kind of fighting tooth and nail with me about how bad the quality control is, about how they don't like the look of the brand new quarters. I mean, for crying out loud, I've had a lot of people, not just one, just one pesky individual, but I've had a number of people. The one thing that they wanted to say on any video where I talk about the brand new 2022 quarter, well, why is Washington facing to the right with its back toward turn God? I'm like, what? Is that the only thing that's concerning to you? Is that it's a design, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes it really just doesn't matter what I say. They're really hung up on the religious aspect and the semblance of what is going on with the obverse design of the quarters. Now, there are people that don't particularly care about the obverse design of the quarter, and that's all well and good. But to go ahead and throw it in people's faces that, oh, this is anti-religious, anti-God, it's like, dude, get off the soapbox. You're playing too heavily on that. All right, that's not the most important thing right now. A lot of people, they fail to look at the origin of that particular design. All right, which was produced by one of the most decorated U.S. Mint engravers and designers on the face of the earth, Laura Garden Frazier, who originally conceptualized that specific obverse design for competition for the new Washington quarter that would come out in 1932. 80% of the people don't know that, yet it's all over the internet. It's all over the U.S. Mint website, and it's talked about till the end of time. But there are people that just they look beyond that, and then they want to make it their own narrative for something that, quite frankly, in the hobby has no place, time, or anything of that nature. It shouldn't even come up. You could continuously comment on that same thing over and over again. No one would care. I don't care. As a matter of fact, I keep those comments on there. I don't remove them. But it's a constant thing that a lot of people continuously comment about it. It's like, that's not the most important thing going on right now. All right. But let's talk about something that is more meaningful to the people that have the ability to go out and, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, do the work and obtain the rolls from the bank. Okay. Right now, there is so much arbitrage opportunity today in just regular circulating coinage of brand new stuff that comes out right now. I'm going to tell you, you go to the bank, you pick up one simple roll of quarters, that's $10 face, and then boom, you got $20, $25 sitting in your hand. Can you imagine how many of these rolls that you can pick up at the bank? You're going to be making money hand over fist. Now, for those of you non-believers that don't quite see what I'm trying to say, or you don't think that there's actually an opportunity to make money off of these brand new 2022 rolls, and it doesn't matter what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Penny rolls, nickel rolls, dime rolls, quarter rolls, which are the hottest thing on the face of the earth. Nobody can keep them. They are all selling for 2 to 3 times face. Go ahead and look at eBay. Pull up completed sales, and you're going to see this just amazing track record of successful sales where, it's crazy. This is the craziest thing. And the big problem that I see a lot of people having is that they're willing to go to bank A and B and not have any success and then just quit. They're just going to quit. I'm like, okay, you went to 1 to 2 banks, but did you go to 10? Did you bother to call up another 5 banks? Because like I had said a minute ago, this is work. It's the easiest work that you'll ever do in your life to double up your money. It's like you have $500 left over in your bank account. You can easily make that $1,000 in 7 days with the Blue Ridge Silverhound 2-step process. Get in your car, go to the bank. Or if you don't like that idea, pick up the phone. Wait, they don't do phones like this anymore, right? It's all smartphones. Pick up the bar-looking thing, call your bank. Set up an appointment to get some of these rolls. And it doesn't matter if you're not a member or you are. It does not matter. The people who are ultra successful at making money in today's topsy-turvy quality control ridden US coinage world that we live in, those folks that are making money right now, they're not sitting on their laurels by trusting the 1 to 2 banks that they frequent every time. They go to different towns. They call up banks. They're sitting there. They're doing sales calls to the banks to see if they have these. And there's nothing wrong with actually going out and saying, hey, do you have rolls of these brand new 2022 quarters? Just go ahead and say it. Don't be all cryptic and whatnot and say, well, my kids, they love to go through these rolls. And, no, don't even go there with that. Just go ahead and be blunt, forward, say, hey, I really like these brand new quarters. Do you have any of these brand new rolls with the brand new 2022 Washington quarters? The ones where George Washington's facing to the right with his back toward, against the word God. And in God we trust, for crying out loud. Do whatever you have to do to obtain some of these, especially if you're hurting for money. And that's going to be a lot of people. There's no more government tendies, folks. There's only a couple ways of making money these days, okay? The retail arbitrage online internet world is continuously to bloom and blossom, and there's a lot of people that are really incredibly successful at doing it, and they're doing it without you and not any care of what your opinion is. So if you can't beat them, why not join them, right? You got to recognize. And that's why you guys are subscribed to this channel. In theory, most of you should be watching these type of videos, because if you are the type of person, I know there's a lot of you out there that have watched my videos, and then, I see these random comments on videos that are 5-10 years old saying, I have this coin, how do I sell it? Okay, don't sell it at all. Go to the bank, pick up some of these brand new 2022 rolls. In case you guys are kind of curious as to what the rolls are selling for, okay, so that way if you didn't want to do the work of going on eBay, I can tell you right now how much these rolls are going for. Okay, let's go ahead and start out with the 2022 Lincoln Cent roll. Now, there's 2 different ways you could sell these, ladies and gentlemen. You could sell them by the roll, or if you're able to get a big, brand new sealed bank box of these things, you could do that as well. Sure, you could sell all those rolls in one group and double your money. $25 face of penny rolls can equal $50. You get the big idea. And I've sold a number of these locally, so you don't even need to sell them online. I headhunt these things. I sold 2 bank boxes of 2022 D Sally Ride quarters last week for $8 1/4. The face value of the boxes are $500 a piece. I profited $300, and I drove it to the customer in town, because I have a business account with one of my banks. So I'm able to get some of these. You don't necessarily need a business account, but it surely does not hurt. Okay, it helps my cause because, they put you up on a pedestal and they wine you and dine you and, they call you, oh, sir, madam, and they pat you on the back and, all that great stuff. No reach arounds. Okay. This is all very professional. But if you look at what's in front of you, you're going to see just dollar bills flying all over the place. That's without you actually cracking open the rolls. So 2022 Lincoln Cent rolls are currently trading online for between $5 and $7 a piece shipped. You charge 85 cents for shipping, throw it in a bubble mailer, and that thing's going to be under 2 ounces. You're good to go. You're good to go. Oh my God. It's like, that's $5, $6, $7. I see one right here at $6.99. Buy it now, shipped. That's sold on the 25th. What day is it today? The 26th? That was just yesterday. All right, let's see what else is on here. You got to sell them by the singular roll. That's where you're going to realize the most amount of money. Someone sold a P&D set of 2 rolls. Actually, 2 rolls, $9.65. Not my favorite amount of money to sell that for. This one's a little bit better. 2 2022 P&D roll set for $10.99. Still, that's between $5 and $6 cost average, or actually average sales price per roll. Here's another individual 2 days ago that sold 1 roll of 2022 Lincoln Shield cents for $5.99. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to buy these. So someone sold a bank box for $74. By the time you factor in fees and shipping, that person made exactly double the amount of money that they had paid for the box at $25 face value. All right, so what you're going to do is buy up some of these boxes, and these things are all over the place. My bank wants to get rid of these 2022 Denver Lincoln Cent boxes. And I'm like, I don't want them, because the quarters is really where it's at. We'll get to that here in a moment. But yeah, you can see that there's money to be made even in Lincoln cents, the lowest of the lowliest denomination of coinage that exists today. Let's go ahead and take a look at nickels. How much do you guys think that these are selling for per roll? I'm going to let you guys know that actually the Jefferson nickel rolls are the least impressive of the 4 main denominations that we currently circulate through the world today. Although a few days ago, on the 22nd, someone did sell a 2022 Jefferson nickel roll for $9.99. So that's 5x face value because each roll is $2 face value. There are people that have sold a few boxes, albeit they've only profited about $25, $30 after fees and shipping. But the best way to turn these things around where you can maximize amount of money is by the roll, guys. And Denver minted rolls are selling for less money because there's less stuff to find in there, less errors. But here's a 2 roll set of 2022 Denver Jefferson nickels that sold on the 21st with shipping for $16.15, putting an average price per roll at $7 and some odd cents, $7.80 or something like that. Sorry, my math is not spot on right now. But it's just insane. Someone sold a 2022 bank box for $150. All right, someone else sold one on the 17th of July, sold 1 2022P OBW Jefferson nickel roll with shipping, mind you, for $14.64 shipped. So, yeah, that's nickel rolls for you. Someone sold a lot of 5. People like to sell them in lots of 5 or a lot of 3 or 2. That one sold for $27.67 shipped. Pretty good. That's going to be over 2 times face value. Here's another individual on the 16th, sold a lot of 5 2022 Denver Jefferson nickel rolls to the tune of $44.95. Ooh, man, that's a huge pop right there. But if you can't source these out, take a look at the full bank boxes that people are selling for about $140 to $150. Do the math. How many rolls are in a box? There's 50 rolls, right? So if an average roll price is right around $8, 50 times $8 comes out to around $400. Am I right? All right. So you guys begin to see the math and how it's all generated. Again, not my favorite thing to sell because, it's a lower cost item. All right. That's why I love the quarters. We're going to get that to that here in a moment. Dimes, surprisingly, sell for exactly 2x face. Someone sold a 2022 P roll on the 25th for $12.60. Another person sold one the same day, yesterday, for $13 shipped. All right, and it costs cheap. It's the lightest weight roll that you could ship out through the post office. Put it in a cheap bubble mailer. And, if you guys are doing some work on the e-commerce side of things, you're gonna go ahead and order them on Uline if you have a business, or order them in bulk through through eBay or wherever. And you're going to pick them up, a bulk of them, like 500 of these bubble mailers for a few pennies a piece. And you could seriously make this a really good side business. This is a great side hustle that, based off of the way coins are manufactured this year with all of the quality problems and all the errors that are being found, you could easily make $500 to $1,000 just by selling rolls. And that's what a lot of people prefer to do. It's like, I don't like to use my own product. You hear maybe some of the, like on TV, some of the drug dealers say, I don't use my product, I just sell it, right? Stuff like, ridiculous stuff like that. It's the same way with the rolls. You don't open them for yourself. You're going to maximize the most amount of money by just selling it, because there's that kind of like gambler's fallacy, gambler's premium that's involved, and that's why people pay up for these things at a ridiculous level. But this is just good old-fashioned capitalism at work. That tube of toothpaste that you buy at Walmart for $3.49 actually costs like 48 cents to produce. So, it's not like that you're stealing rap music or anything like that. It's not what we're doing here. This is stuff that is currently available, that's legit, that people are buying with the prospect of finding some of the most awesomest errors and varieties. And another roll on the 24th sold for $12.55 of the dimes. Incredible. Now, some of you are probably going to ask, well, by the time you factor in fees and shipping, you're going to make nothing. Well, no, you got to do the math. You don't undersell your product. You keep it within the market guidelines. And you're going to see that even if you profit $3 to $4 on average per roll, but you sell a bunch of rolls, that way, that's going to be the best way of realizing the true potential of what's going on here. Now, let's go in, take a look at my favorite thing that I like to sell. Quarter rolls. Quarters have been, like I said, the hottest from the bank commodity that you could find today. There is the matter of the Wilma Mankiller major error discovery that has really put these American women quarters on the map again. And I say again because there's been a lot of neat errors found on the Maya Angelou, the strike-throughs. The Sally Rides have that amazing die clash that at one point sold for over $100 and are consistently selling for between $40 and $50 right now in this market. There's also strike-through on that one as well. And then there's the major retained cud and die crack on the brand new Wilma Mankiller. So what do you think that's doing to the prices of these rolls? They're going to continuously go up and up and up and up. All right. Now, people are kind of like really trying to squeeze the blood out of a turnip, and they're trying to ask some pretty ungodly amounts of money for some of these rolls, But again, you have to stay within the market that is acceptable for what people see as the value proposition for those type of items. Okay, so if we're looking at these rolls, they're selling for between $20 and $30, and that goes for the Wilma Mankiller, but also the Denver rolls as well are selling in that range too. So you guys have to keep that in mind. If you guys are on the West Coast, you guys are feeling like you're being left out because all the people are taking advantage of the hot stuff on the East Coast, that's all wrong line of thinking because they're also paying up for Denver rolls as well. So if you're in California, okay, where cost of living is through the roof, okay, I should know. I live here, for crying out loud. I just can't stand it. But all up and down, Washington State, Oregon, Nevada, and everywhere else, anywhere west of the Mississippi. And there's a lot of folks that could certainly use some extra income. I want you guys to take into consideration what is found a stone's throw away from the very institution that you guys frequent at least once a week. I'm willing to bet at least once a week, especially for you folks that get paid once a week. All right? Some people still like the idea of walking into a bank, cashing their check, and then getting the money in hand, all right? As opposed to depositing in there, and, people do have other things they want to say about that too. But it's amazing. It's amazing where the opportunities lie right now, and there's not nearly enough of these things being sold online, and there needs to be, because I'm a buyer. I bought up some of these rolls, and I've paid over double face. Does that make me dumb? No, because I realize in the market there's a thing called sealed equity. Even if I bought these rolls and don't open them, I hold on to them. The same way that I hold on to the 3-4 cases of 2021P Lincoln cents that I have on hand, I'm never going to open those. Because I know there's a big error opportunity to be found in some of those boxes, and they're just going to age gracefully. After a couple years, they're going to be worth $100 a box, and then they're going to double up to 200 in 5, 6, 7 years, and they're just going to continuously go up because there's going to be that need. That there's going to be the amount of inventory available of that particular content is going to disappear by the year. And that's why there is such a big realized potential with sealed equity, is what I like to call it, of unopened rolls, stuff that's untampered, true, straight from the bank, and it's going to continue to do and function the same way it's always done for the past 60, 70 years, is that you're going to continuously see these things appreciate in value. And as more people are taking advantage of the mint screw-ups with all the errors and the packaging problems and all of the other quality control stuff, that's just going to simply enhance the value of the rolls throughout time, in the future. Because once you open them, they're just going to be worth face value if there's nothing of note in there. You guys need to know that. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, again, You've heard me discuss a lot about 2022 coinage, probably enough to make some of you vomit. I'm sure there's going to be a good margin of you folks that are sick and tired of me talking about brand new 2022 coinage. But we can't ignore what's going on here. Again, like I had said roughly 24 minutes ago, we are living in unprecedented times. You either roll with the flow, you join the gang, you take advantage of that, and you make money for yourself, or you could sit there, bitch and moan about how quality control sucks, about how the portrait of Washington is looking to the right and he has his back turned against God. I mean, whatever floats your boat, right? But seriously, let's all wake up and take a look at where we're at right now with the coinage that is currently floating around out there, and recognize and realize that this is probably something that's going to come to a close once they get all the robotics down with the packaging, once they get all the issues with the mid presses down, once they hire more headcount to do inspection and quality control. The ride will end. But it's not over right now. There's still time to act. I feel like an infomercial. Call 1-888-888-8884. Ah, gotcha. I love you guys. You know I wouldn't steer you wrong. So if you need it, it's out there for the taking. And I do need NF String and Son Wilma Mankiller rolls. So if you do come across them, for you folks there on the southeast region of the U.S., I want you to send me a message. Because bam, that's instant business for you guys. For some of you that really want it. NF String and Son rolls. I'm looking for them. Let's go ahead and do it. You guys take care. Enjoy the hunt. Enjoy this amazing hunt. Because like I said, it's all going to come to a crashing halt one day. You're either going to sit there and stare at the opportunity and you're like, man, I wish I could do that. Just go ahead, go out there and just do it. Take advantage of it. Because I am. And it's fun. And it's great extra money.